On a night where the Garden floor was a potential trap door, the Knicks sidestepped the danger and the persistent Pistons barely. After Quentin Grimes gave his team the lead, a frantic final seconds. The Knicks get the ball, Josh Hart gets the basket, and the Knicks get to exhale. 113-111, the Knicks over the Detroit Pistons on the Garden floor. The Knicks now 20-9 at Madison Square Garden this season, and they win it barely. As we welcome you inside our Delta MSG studios from the Garden alongside Wally Zerbiak, I'm John Giannone. There was a collective exhale in this sellout crowd tonight. The Pistons came in with 8 wins, but they almost gained a 9th at the expense of the Knicks.
They played outstanding basketball. 2 guys that got traded about 18 days ago. They were very motivated in that second half, made big shots. Quentin Grimes was outstanding in that fourth quarter, put his new team on his back to get them back into the game. And if it wasn't for the Villanova Knicks, heroics down that stretch. Jalen Brunson was outstanding. Josh Hart just making key plays. And how about the bigs? How about Hartenstein and Precious Achiuwa just getting their hands on loose balls, crashing that offensive glass? That was a big-time character win because this team's all beaten up. They're exhausted, but just win and move on.
Yeah, you mentioned Quentin Grimes. He had no points entering the fourth quarter. He scored all 14 of his points in the fourth, and it all came down to what happened in that final 10 or 12 seconds. Take us through it, Wally.
Oh, it was mayhem. It was chaos. There's the turnover, and Short Thompson, he didn't have control of the ball. Dante DiVincenzo tackled him to get that loose ball, got it to Josh Hart. No shot-blocking presence all game pretty much for Detroit. Therefore, Josh Hart was able to get that bucket. Short Thompson didn't have complete control of the ball. So when it's loose like that and Dante DiVincenzo got his hands on the ball first, I understand the no call, and Josh Hart just a great job of using his strength, using his body to close out that game and make that big bucket to put them up 1.
The Nova Knicks combined for 79 of the 113 points on a night where the Pistons shot 48%, made 14 threes, and gave the Knicks all they can handle. The Knicks come away with the win by 2. Moments ago, through his exhales, I spoke with Jalen Brunson. Put into words what you experienced.
Just keep fighting. That's what we experienced, no matter what was happening. We didn't let any situation kind of get to us. We stayed composed and found a way to win.
And now you're right back on the court tomorrow night. What did you learn from tonight that maybe you want to put to use tomorrow night?
We got to be ready to go from the start. We got to play for a full 48 minutes, and we just can't take any lapses, can't take anyone lightly. And despite their record, they're a good team. They're an NBA team full of NBA players. So they played really well tonight. We had one more play more than them. So, yeah, thank you.
Jalen Brunson with 35 on the night, Alan. Wally, it's the 24th time he's had at least 30 in a game.
He was outstanding, and he just does everything to make those plays down the stretch. He's so clutch in close games, and that's why the Knicks are just such a factor now with the way they've been playing. This team is decimated with injuries, John. They're absolutely exhausted. They're down 3 of their front court starters, and they continue to just fight and rise to the occasion. This Detroit team played a heck of a game. They pushed Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo and company to the max, to the brink, and it doesn't matter. In the NBA, it is not easy to get wins. It doesn't matter how you get them. You figure out a way to get victories in this league, and this team got a victory that they really, really needed tonight. Jalen Brunson would not let them lose. The 12 assists was absolutely huge, putting his body on the line every single night, getting to the line 11 times. I mean, just a heroic MVP-like effort again.
Yeah, it sure was. And those final 2 baskets we saw from Brunson came at 106 apiece and then 108, 106. It gave the Knicks just enough breathing room. Let's welcome in Monica McNutt and Alan Hahn from the Garden floor. They had a bird's eye view of what transpired tonight. Monica, we'll start with you. Put into words what those 48 minutes meant.
I need it. Come on, John G. I need an encyclopedia.
Mayhem.
The source. Yeah.
That was mayhem.
It was,
And it was effort, and it was like, it's what you heard Jalen Brunson say it,
Yeah.
I think, is the resiliency of this team. And even with, the loose ball, like the game felt like it was over twice. And then they're not giving up. And DiVincenzo dives and, we'll
Josh
see what the L2M says about it. But still, Monica, it's the effort part of it.
And I think you find a way to win, right? Like that is the sign of a team that is good, is a threat, and we all know the injuries are well documented, but I think the ability to find a way to win down the stretch, and I will say, I talked to Dante DiVincenzo immediately for our radio post-game interview, and there was no sigh of relief, there was no prettying this thing up. He said to us, we let our foot off the glass, and we know we need to tighten up for tomorrow's game, and so, yes, as a fan, it's kind of an experience, but these guys understanding that they have to be sharper is hugely important.
Right, exactly. And you also just understand, too, that this team has it in them that when it's a bad night, it still doesn't mean it has to end in a loss. Right. And that's the resiliency part of it that we're talking about. You're right. You know they're not celebrating this by any means, but when you look at it as a whole and look back on the season and you look at some of these games and you say, remember that game? That could have been a loss.
Absolutely.
And yet they wouldn't. These guys, and it's the Villanova guys, we talk about it, but it's not just them, it's the others. And I love that Josh Hart, to Rebecca Harlow, said this, the big men. Tom Thibodeau brought in both his bigs at one point because he realized he can't play small. And Hardenstein and Precious Achiuwa just keeping the ball alive and the little things they did. So it was all of them collectively, but it's just how this Knicks team knows they have to play until they get fully healthy.
There's no excuses being made. And I think down the stretch, that last minute, of course we will talk about that final play, but Precious Achiuwa, I think 2 possessions prior to the layup that Quentin Grimes got, Precious Achiuwa, they come up with a big block and a big stop. And so I think responding in the moment is huge.
I'll tell you what, too, Wally, I've learned this from you over the years, is that these are games that we'll talk about and we'll start to say, well, this and that. And you go, you always tell me, a win is a win is a win, and you never apologize for them.
No, you don't. They're not easy to come by. And this team's playing a lot of minutes, logging a lot of minutes, and you just got to find a way to gut out wins like this. And I go back to that final possession. Fontecchio had the ball in his hands. He didn't secure it tight enough. He's a young player. He's finding his way in this league. Then Asur Thompson got an outstanding steal, but then he didn't control the ball down the stretch with like 8 seconds left in the game. And if you don't do that and make veteran-type plays to secure games in this league, the Knicks found a way to absolutely steal that game. They did it with will, they did it with aggressiveness, and they just did it with heart. And it's very fitting that Josh Hart made the final basket.
And Monica and Alan, there's not a lot of time to rest or prep because in less than 24 hours, the New Orleans Pelicans will be right where you are on the Garden floor. What do the Knicks take from tonight? What do they learn from tonight? And what do they do to make life a little easier for themselves?
John G., that's a great question. And we actually asked Dante. I'm just going to tell you exactly what he told us. He's like, the Pelicans, don't be fooled by their record. That's a tremendous defensive unit. So he understands, they understand that they've got to be sharper offensively and be prepared to play physical.
They're going to be grinders. Yep. That's what it's going to be, and that's, of course, what the Knicks usually bring each and every night. But there's Dave Freed gave me this great stat we didn't get to use on the broadcast, but this is incredible. So we talk about the Villanova Knicks, right? So you have 3 players from the same school that played together in college, scored over 20 points. The last time in the NBA that happened, 74 years ago. Yeah, you know what the team was? The Indianapolis Olympics. And, oh, by the way, one of the players' names was Wawa Jonesy. That's how long ago we got to go for something like what the Knicks are doing right now, what they have right now on this floor with those Villanova Knicks.
Shout out to Wawa.
I remember him well. Wally's going to stay with us. Alan and Monica, thanks so much, and we will see you tomorrow night.
From Wawa to Wally.
There you go. Perfect segue, Alan.
Well done. All right, so we talk about the Villanova Knicks, and certainly one of them is Josh Hart. 14 points in the first half, 23 in the game, and he had the last bucket of the night, and it was the one that made the difference.
Yeah, and I think the best number on his stat sheet is the 42 minutes. Can't take this guy off the floor. I mean, Tom Thibodeau, he needs him so much with all these injuries because he does absolutely everything out there. And he's starting to really find his rhythm offensively. Right there, he posts up the smaller defender. He attacks the rim with absolute vengeance. And I think the Knicks realized Detroit doesn't have a real big shot blocking presence, so they were able to get buckets at the rim. That 3 was huge. He's starting to trust that jump shot, and Jalen Brunson is finding his boys. He's finding his Nova Knicks teammates for open shots. Those guys are really knocking down shots. Jalen had the 12 assists. And then when it's a close game, these guys know how to win. They've done it their whole entire lives. 2 national championships with Villanova. I mean, these guys just play with absolute heart. They love playing at the Garden. When these guys came to MSG, they know how awesome it is to play in front of New York Knicks fans. It can be intimidating if you're not used to it. They grew up playing at MSG, and when they played at Villanova, they never lost here. Whenever they played here in the Big East tournament, when they played here against St. John's, so they embrace playing in this venue in front of these fans, and as a result, their game games have absolutely gone to a new level.
You mentioned what he brings, both in his last name and also in HEART. How much do you think he personifies what these Knicks want to be, even more than maybe anybody else?
When they were able to acquire him last year, he just injected such energy into this franchise. You know, they won their first 9 games when he stepped foot on the floor. That doesn't happen after a midseason trade. He's just the perfect fit for this team. He's the perfect fit for this city. He loves this city. And you team him up with chemistry guys that he has chemistry with Donte DiVincenzo, with Jalen Brunson. I mean, these guys are just the perfect trio to be playing in a New York Knicks uniform for these fans, in front of these fans. And it's just fun. You really appreciate what they're doing. And it's not easy what these guys are doing on a nightly basis. The minutes that are piling up for these guys, they just are amazing where they find this energy.
All right, and the third member of the Nova trio, of course, Donte DiVincenzo, held to just 12 on Saturday night against the Celtics. You get the feeling it might have stuck in his craw. Goes for 21 tonight, and I thought his most important basket was when Brunson came down 3-on-1, kicked it back, and he drained the 3.
That was a huge shot, and you knew it was going in. That stroke is just so pure. Donte's getting a lot of attention now. Teams are paying attention to what he's been doing, and they're not leaving him open. They're forcing other guys to beat them and not allowing him to knock down shots from the three-point line. I love the way he's shooting the ball in transition, though. Got up 10 threes tonight and made 5 of them, made half of them. The rhythm that he has with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, you notice it's buddy ball all over the place. These guys are looking for each other, and when you have a teammate that you know is a great shooter, you know all you have to do is get him one basket, because once he sees that ball go through the rim once, then it's just over. He can make multiple threes, and Donte DiVincenzo's been doing that because his teammates realize how important it is to get him going out there.
All vital elements of a 113-111 Knicks win over the Detroit Pistons.